Hello everyone, it's Emily. I'm back with another journal flip through. This journal was a commissioned project, so this is going to go live after she has received it because she wants to be surprised. So her request to me was dark colors, the forest at nighttime. So like the stars and the moon. She loves this image, so I wanted to make that front and center. And as you'll see throughout, there's a lot of like dark colors, and I don't know, it's not spooky, but it's very much an atmosphere. I really like this project and the color scheme. So let's talk about the cover. This is a handmade cover made out of book board and 3 signatures. So I think this is 2.5 and then by 6 and by 9. This central image is covered in acetate. I used a Tim Holtz frame to frame this central image, and then I layered it with some graphic paper and some of this gorgeous embroidered and sequined fabric. I just wanted it to kind of peek out to give it a lot of like layered effect. The cover, I covered the binding with this beautiful piece of graphic paper that I have used Glitterific on, embossed gold glitter stars, what else? And then I Mod Podged it, and just to add another kind of textured interest. And here's the back, kind of constellations, and I love the way this turned out, the navy color. And then with the gold stars, I really like the way this turned out. And then the tassel is greens and blues. I found this really pretty leaf. I think this is for jewelry making. I found this at Joann's, but I just thought that would be perfect for the tassel. And she also mentioned to me that she likes keys, so I included some keys. Here's a smaller version of that leaf tassel. So I love this tassel. Okay, and then let's open this up. And this will have a navy chiffon closure. Okay, so she wanted it. I always ask my customers, let me make sure I'm in frame. Okay, so I always ask my customers what kind of, I ask them a lot of questions, but what kind of finishings they like. Do you want it to be more like rustic or more clean and polished? And she wanted it to be kind of grungy and rustic. So I left so many sewing strings, and I left it a little bit just grungy, untidy. Obviously it's all, put together, but you understand what I mean. So I have 2 pockets here. This is the same graphic paper from the cover panel, or from the spine panel. Some beautiful sari scrap, a couple of leaves, this darling little tag, and then this is a little notebook that's been stenciled and sewn, sari ribbon. Here is the first signature. This is beautiful graphic paper, and it just kind of reminded me of, maybe somebody's at a party at night and they sort of enter the forest that way. So I chose this as the first signature, and it kind of goes deeper as we get along. So she can, add a nameplate here, or I don't think she's going to actually journal in this. I think it's more of a keepsake, but maybe she'll change her mind, who knows. These are preserved ferns that I put in this little specimen tag with this gorgeous, this is the softest eyelash ribbon. This is a vintage postcard of a forest scene. I thought that was particularly appropriate. This is a book page, and I turned it into a little journaling space for her. It has these cool illustrations of plants. This is a sewn-in, this is the same fabric as is on the cover, and just a sewn-in spot. I did dye all these papers myself, spot to write. Okay, I did add a lot of quotes in this journal about the forest, and so this one says, between every 2 points is a, oh my gosh, I cannot speak today. Between every 2 pines is a doorway to a new world. And that's John Muir. So green velvet pocket. I did these big tags with this star acetate and preserved flora with green silk. And then I also dyed this. So blues and greens. Oh, and I also wove into the top of this a key and kind of reinforced it here, so that key is kind of stable hanging off. Did a lot of embossing in this journal. I had so much fun embossing. So these are stenciled and then gold embossing powder, and I just love the branches. And this has metallic spray, mica spray on the pages as well. Love this, you know, stars through the trees. This is specialty paper. I did a windowed pocket here. And this is actually a double pocket. So there's 2 places, and just this kind of constellation journaling card. The clearest way into the universe is through a forest wilderness. Beautiful vintage lace trim. I did a lot of charms. She really likes charms, so I did trees and greens and keys and everything. Left all the strings. Pretty botanical page. Lose yourself in a daydream and the big moon. I love this with the star effect on this digital. Oh, this is a tuck spot I used out of made it out of a vintage card, which was like embossed, and it's a really deep navy. Some leaf trim, and then in here are some die cuts that I put inside of this card and made it into kind of a shaker with some vellum and sewed on it. And then on the back is a writing space for her. It's birch washi, so good. So lots of splatter, more embossing, purple. Here's a little tuck spot made of that acetate. I love that acetate. And these are the most darling little pieces of ephemera. I got these from overseas, and I just think they're so sweet. I use those in all my kind of celestial journals. I sort of hoard them. That stencil, that is from the front cover. You can kind of see it, but with brown. I did a pocket in here with more of that book page. I just sewed that right on. Here we have an image, oh gosh. Here we have an image from the graphics fairy, which is really beautiful. It's like a forest at nighttime type image. And I sewed on some blue lace and did some stamping. I love the way that turned out with the stars background. By the way, my neighbor is, I think, weed whacking, and I really apologize if you guys can hear that. I can't do this at another time. I love this inked paper. I have so much fun doing that. Just a little extra for her to write in if she likes. So here maybe she's leaving the party and going deeper into the forest. Second signature. This flips out. This is from a vintage greeting card, a little sewn pocket. And then here, well, this is one of my favorite images. I did this on a kind of a velour, velvety paper. Sarah from Creating Beauty with Paper put me onto this, and it's a cool texture, so she'll discover that. And then I gave this like really grungy, ripped gold foil And then there's a little tucks, well, it's a big pocket in there. You could truly hide it because it comes from this side, so you wouldn't know. Journaling spot, gorgeous book page. I like how you can see through the embossing on the other side. Look at those trees. So pretty. More specimens and just an extra piece of acetate. This was an offcut and I was like, I can't help but just include it. It's cool. Kind of, I don't know, it has sort of a memory type feel to it, or dreamlike imagery where it looks kind of out of focus and soft. Here is a little scrappy notebook for her, a windowed pocket with this tiny darling little journaling card, and I did a star for the pull, and then I used some of the foliage here to accent that. Let's stick that bad guy. Green silk, stars. Ooh, excuse me. The second acetate journaling tag. One touch of nature makes the whole world kin, and that's William Shakespeare, who's one of my favorites of all time. This is a ripped tuck spot. I think I just put a blank. Oh no, here's a poem. Stars, magic tumbled from her pretty lips when she spoke the language of the universe. The stars sighed in unison. Oh, how pretty is that? So messy stitching. I love. This is a little pocket. A little imagery from an old greeting card. This is a triple pocket. Just sweet little things. I did a little collage here with the silk and a label and the green foliage. Oh, little journaling spot, stamping. I love this book page. Just the movement of it. Oh, this has a little guy that moves, that opens either one. This one opens this way, and I can swivel it up and open this for some journaling space. And then you can put it in the middle to close both. Here's a belly band made out of ribbon. I embossed this envelope. What do I have in here? Oh, this pretty journaling card. The glitter fern ruby hush. Opens like that, and you can journal on it. And then back here it has a little tuck spot with a sweet little this is I like using the leftover paper from when I do die cuts because it makes kind of a cool effect if you back it, and that could be a fun journaling spot. So that goes in there. My allergies are really bothering me today, so if my voice sounds funny, that's why. Okay, here's an extra little pocket. I stuck some ephemera in. Here we have a little extra sweet pocket. These are die cuts that I backed and placed stars inside to make it kind of a shaker, and just some extra ephemera in here. That closes like this. And then third signature, we get to really, it's dark night here. This is black. Love that kit, that paper pack, I should say. Here I've made a sort of a booklet or folio. I used Velcro for it, and a little writing spot, a little pocket, a little tag. I just hinged it with some chiffon, and yep, it has a Velcro cover. This is an extra embossed paper that she could journal on, or oh my gosh, I just loved embossing all these trees. It's such a satisfying process to, you know, stamp them, put the powder on, and then watch it just turn such a beautiful gold. Here's an extra little piece of camera. I like this star. This is a great place to write. Little golden trims I sewed on. See, if you look, you can see this is kind of a distressed, looks almost like a damaged photograph. You can kind of see the trees poking through, and I stuck okay, gorgeous. Sorry, scraps. Here's your journaling card, and I wove some gold eyelash trim through that. I really like that effect. It's kind of natural. Here I used a what is the word I'm looking for? An X-Acto knife to cut this vellum, and then I sewed it to this paper. It's kind of a convoluted process, but this became a pocket that you can see through with the star. And I put this vintage postcard of a beautiful home at night. Maybe this is where she started, and they're having an outdoor party on the edge of the forest. I like this page a lot. It's double tuck spots, and they're both interesting. We have the gold acetate. This is a night poem that I got from the graphics fairy, and I printed it on coffee stained paper, so it looks really old, and it's just such beautiful handwriting. So she can read that. It's sweet, it's special. And then I did some like fun stitching here, and then this is a tuck spot. Cool, cool digital. I'll try to list the digitals I used below. More charms. Whoever has learned how to listen to trees no longer wants to be a tree. He wants to be nothing except what he is. That is home. That is happiness. Oh. So here on the other side, I did a, what do you call this? A swivel image. This beautiful girl reaching for a star. She's sitting on the moon in the forest, and she's catching a shooting star. And then behind there is some journaling space. This is actually a tuck 2 ways. Added some glitterific here. Green ribbon. This is some messy stitching of the chiffon ribbon. I really like that stuff. It's stretchy and fun. Okay, we're getting to the end. Last page. I have this little journaling card. I made this envelope for her, and this is from the fabric that's used on the cover as well. You know, she can write whatever's in here, and then I used silk for the closure, and a little paper clip with some twine. Kind of gives it that rustic look. I mean, listen, I did rustic, but I also did sparkle because I have to. That's just me. Here's another envelope with a key. Let's see, how did I do this? Emily, okay, here we go. So it kind of closes by the weight of the key. And this is just so sweet. Let's see. Oh, the tiniest little stamped coffee dyed paper goes in there. And yes, a big tag, a big celestial tag. So that is the Night Forest Journal. Here's the top view and the side. I really love the way this turned out, and I hope she loves it too. I got into this theme a lot. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Apologies for the, noise in the background. I had to film this today because I have to mail this to her. It's going to Nova Scotia. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.